Hello and welcome, everybody. It's 10 o'clock now, so we are going to start. For those of you who don't know me yet, I'm Dennis Werner, your first point of contact in ITscope if your mother language is not German, and I will host today's webinar. This webinar will be a little simple webinar with the first steps of ITscope, but probably I will also have some valuable insights for everyone, also for those of you who are already using ITscope for a longer time. The agenda. First of all, I would like to explain you again what ITscope is, what we are doing. Then I would like to show you a little insight into the worlds of sales and procurements, which we separate. And then, of course, I will give you the live demonstration inside the platform. And at the end, we will also have some room for your questions. Okay, first of all, the definition of ITscope. I give you a moment to read those sentences. They are quite important for us. Yeah, so basically we have three parts participating on ITscope. On the one side, we have the IT distributors offering their products to, let's say, the middle part, the IT traders and service providers who are buying from the distributors and offering also their the products to their B2B customers with some different tools on the ITscope platform. We as ITscope, we want to simplify your sales in a future-oriented manner and also automatize your purchasing for more business for everyone, and that we want to do worldwide. Okay, so we separate into two worlds. First of all, we have the area of procurement, so the purchasing. And there we are starting, of course, with the product catalog. At the moment, we have over 7 million products, not only IT products, but also IT-related products. You can search them, find product information on our platform, and of course, compare the prices. What you can also do is on the procure side, you can make an account connection to your distributors. So if you're working already with distributors and you find them on ITscope, you can connect with them there and build up a stronger relationship with e-commerce. At the end, when the price is well, you can order from them. You can see your individual price lists. And everything what you order there can then be also relevant, for example, for bonuses. On a higher level of procurement, you can also set approval processes or order limits for your team. For example, if you have different levels of employees in your team, like maybe a purchasing director should be able to order with a higher limit instead of normal purchasers, or a sales guy should not be able to order, that you can all set up on the platform. And then we also offer ERP integrations. We have different ways. First of all, we have some standard integrations together with partners. They developed a surface to several different ERP systems, such as, for example, Dynamics NAV. Yeah, the most popular ERP systems are integrated, and you can also integrate by yourself. So we open our API also that you can connect your ERP by yourself if you fit in it. In the first level, you will be then able to have a catalog from ITscope with product data, and also, of course, with the prices and availabilities, which is important for you. And on the highest level of ERP integration, you will be even able to order directly via your ERP system without logging into ITscope. So everything what's happening on the ITscope platform can be also done in your ERP system. Okay, then we have the side of sales. So first of all, on the item pages and the item search, we also offer some cross-selling and upselling items for you, which you can quickly offer to your customers. And also, if an item doesn't really fit the belongings of your customer, it's quite easy on ITscope to find flexible alternatives. You can do a price calculation on ITscope based on your distribution purchase prices. You can define some margins and then define your sales prices. And from these sales prices, you can then send digital quotes to your customers. You can follow up live the quotes and can from the quotes can also go back to the orders then. What is also available is we offer our own B2B shop system inside the cloud. This is a closed system where your customers could log in, and also here based on your purchase prices and your price calculation, the customer can log in into a portal and order then directly in this shop. And based on ITscope technology, this will be then forwarded to you. You can create also bundles and own services, such as, for example, installation fees, and add them to your quotes or into your shop system. And in another level, what we also offer are shop integrations, a bit similar to the ERP integrations. We have some partners which already have finished surfaces for different shop systems. Yeah, the most popular, such as, I don't know, WooCommerce, Shopify, as an example. But we also offer an export functionality together with our content partner, OneWorldSync in the international area. We offer you to download CSV files with ITscope data, so with the product data, first of all, of OneWorldSync, and then from ITscope is coming the distributor prices and availabilities. Okay, first of all, now, before we're going to start on the platform, I would like to ask you a question. And this question is if you are using ITscope already. Okay, quite interesting to see. So a lot are using ITscope already, but some of you are new on it. And yeah, I think definitely for every one of you today, we will have something to learn. Okay, then we are coming now to the ITscope platform. So I'm going to my internet browser. The first thing about ITscope, you don't have to download any application. ITscope is on the cloud, and you just have to go to the homepage of ITscope and can then easily log in with the login data you give before. Once you logged in into ITscope, you find the dashboard with all main functionalities, and some of you wonder already and try to understand because it's now everything in German. And here's the first step I would like you to do. Here you can change the language down at the left. You can change it to English or other languages. ITscope is available in multilingual. And then you find basically all the functionalities also in your language. Another thing I would like to tell you here is if you're trying out ITscope, you can not only do that alone. I would also invite you to ask your colleagues if they want to try ITscope, and then you can invite them. You see here the button. It's quite easy. You can send them an invitation. You just have to enter their email address. The only important thing is that they have the same email domain. Then they receive an email where they can register, and they will be automatically linked also to your company profile. This is for free, so there are no extra costs for several different people trying it out in the trial period. So everybody who you think in your company can be interested in ITscope can also try it out. Okay, so now I'm going to search a product. You have here two different search and search lines, and I'm just entering now a Surface Pro. You can enter here text, or you can also enter the manufacturer ID or EIN code. Several different searches will always lead to the product. And then we are coming to the product page. Here on top at the left, you find again the most important information about this product, so you can check if this is really the item you've searched. You find the cheapest price available quite quickly here on top, and at the right side you have some pictures. What you also can do is you can download a data sheet. This data sheet is coming from ITscope. So the features here, for example, and the layout we are doing by ourselves, and we do that by category. The reason is because if you have different data sheets from different manufacturers, they might have different features. So it's quite difficult to compare them. With the data sheets of ITscope, it's easier to compare them because you have the same features which are focused here, but we also have a new comparison functionality. I will come later to this. Okay, you can add items to a collection. I will explain you later on what this is, and also add this item to your quotes. I will also show you that later on. You can see the manufacturer's data sheet or the website. To see how they are presenting their product. Maybe they focus on special things. You can find that here. The comparison function, this compare button is quite new. So those of you which are already using ITscope might even see it also the first time. I will come later to that and explain you more about it. Here we have this stripe with the different fields of the item page. So when I scroll here a bit, you see the item page is quite long. And with this stripe, you can go quickly to the area you want to go on. And when you scroll a bit, it will be also always on top. So if I want to go, for example, to description, I can just click here and then I will be at the description. Okay, now a big part of ITscope, the sources of supply. So here is where the comparison happens. You see here now my distributors. I have grouped them by partners at the moment. The reason is as ITscope is a B2B platform, usually in B2B, you would like to work more often with partners and not only buy one time from somebody. And you can have your own partner network here. But that is not the only thing why you should have this. I will come to that. First of all, here you have the prices and the availabilities. And then you see some of them don't have prices. For example, you see here Travion, they have 29 pieces, but I cannot see a price. Why is that? Because Travion is offering an individual price list for their customers. So you have to click on their name and go to the distributor page. And if you have already account with them, you can just ask them for a login into ITscope. If not, you will always find contact data such as the telephone number or the email address of them. And you can just contact them and tell them, hey, I found you on ITscope. I would like to buy regularly from you. Can I have a login? And then you can add them to your network. They will give you a customer number. I will just enter now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you can get a password for, first of all, the real-time price feed, for a price list, your individual price list, and also for ordering. This you have to do only one time for each distributor. I recommend to do that as much as possible because probably the price lists you get individually are cheaper than the prices, the general prices distributors share on ITscope. Something quite nice also here is if you go to the partner network, there's an easy way for you if you're not sitting in Germany to find the distributors which are relevant for you. So here, first of all, you have a company overview, and then you can just go to shipping region and choose the filter. Let's say I'm now in Belgium, so I want to see only distributors delivering to Belgium, and then you find quite a big list of distributors which are delivering to Belgium. And you always see different tags, and the tag price list means you can have your own price list over there. So I recommend you go to this page and get in touch with as many distributors as possible. Okay, now I'm not at the item page anymore, which I wanted to explain to you, and I clicked somewhere, so I'm not anywhere more there where I want. No problem about that because the search engine remembers what you've searched. So you can just click inside and you find your last searches. And that easy, I will be back on my item page. Yeah, down here you would sometimes find street prices, which are end customer prices for eBay and Amazon on Germany. This could help you to calculate your price at the end to see if you are still competitive with your prices. Then we have technical data. Those are quite complete as we have three different sources. We have the ITscope data, which we collect together with our distributors. But we also offer here data from iSCAD and OneWorldSim. So probably the specification you search will be somewhere here inside. It is definitely quite complete. Okay, another point is the history. Quite interesting now at the moment. Because yeah, you can see here the distributors, how the stock is. The green means distributors which have stock. The black line means how the price developed at the moment, and the red means how the sales is going. Yeah, as you can see here, for example, now is the time around Black Friday, and you see the distributors keep more stock. The price is also still going down, and luckily for everybody, the sales trend is also going up. So this is quite interesting, not only for Black Friday, but also for timings like around Chinese New Year, when the stock levels are going down and the prices go higher. It might help you in your purchasing decision to know when you should buy, if you should keep stock of something. Yeah, this could be helpful for you. Also, of course, quite interesting is the product click history. Here you see by week how often this product was clicked on the platform. Yeah, it's quite interesting to see, as ITscope, I would say, is also a good overview of the general IT market. So you can see from here how popular a product is in general. Then you find some description, some marketing text, as they usually would be also in an online shop, for example. Here you can read again what the manufacturer finds important about this product, what they have as key selling points, for example. Yeah, this you can find here. And then at the end, for cross-selling, you find here compatible accessories which make sense to use with this item, but also original accessories such as keyboard, or there can be also longer warranties inside. Yeah, you can find all this in the category of accessories. Okay, then I would go now to the categories. So that is also something, if you don't know yet 100% what product you would like to choose, you can just browse inside the categories and find the most popular items here on this page. Quite interesting for you if you're not in Germany. Maybe some of you used ITscope already and then found out, oh, a lot of notebooks are German. I cannot find the notebooks for my area. How can I do that? You can choose here filters. Those are not all the filters. There are always more filters available. And you can click here. And for example, I can choose another keyboard layout. Could be also another energy plug for another market. And then I choose Acerti. And then I find all the notebooks with Acerti layout here. Okay. Then at the next, I would like to show you our new function, the product comparison, which is quite nice. So I go back to the Surface item, which I had before. And let's say I want to compare it with another popular notebook. So I can also go here inside, click again on compare. And then here you find at the left side the product comparison. And now you have the same specs and the two items standing next to each other. So you can quite easy compare. And what I really like here about this is you can highlight differences. So if you switch it on here on top at the left, you will see in blue what is different about these items, and then you can compare. For example, here you see that the left item has a bigger display than the other one. So if the display is important for you, you see quickly in blue what is different. And then you can see here which item fits better to you or to your customer. Okay, collections. is something for item selections you have more often. I built up here this example. Yeah, for example, let's say I'm a system integrator and my customer, a marketing agency, always when they have a new employee, they need a new laptop for him. But with the laptop, they always need the docking station and also two HDMI cables for two monitors, and of course a keyboard and a mouse. So I always have this collection when there is a new employee in this company. And from here, I can quickly send a quote to the customer, but I can also copy it to my card. So we are coming to the purchasing board. That is basically the last steps you do before an order. So here you see now I've selected those items in 4 different distribution companies. And now I can do some optimization by myself. I can choose other suppliers, for example, but in the Procure advanced version, you would also have included the shopping cart optimization. Those are the 4 buttons you find here on top. Probably very important for you if you are abroad outside of Germany and you order quite a big quantity, then you want to use minimum sources. The reason is you don't want to have 10 different packages from 10 different suppliers. Yeah, you try to avoid shipping costs. In this case, it would be quite higher, but if you have a lot of items in your selection, then it could make sense to pay a bit more and then at the end pay less transport costs. So you saw now I click on here and everything is coming from one distributor. Yeah, so now here the best price is much cheaper, but there are different distributors. One of them I'm not even yet registered with. And what is then also possible is to use your best partner price. This is now €2 more expensive, but it could make sense, for example, if you want to reach your bonus targets in the distribution, or maybe because of your higher value of turnover, you can get a better price list maybe soon. So those €2 I would invest and order from my partners. Yeah, once you are fine with the item selection here, you can go and place the order. You can set up some more things, make some remarks. For example, this is for customer A. Yeah, so this will be then probably also shared on your delivery note. You can change the shipping address if the distributor is offering some drop shipment. You can tell if you allow partial shipment or yeah, other things. And once you're fine with everything, you can send the order. Then the order would appear in your order overview. And here, where I have now ordered elsewhere, there could be also some more details inside, such as, for example, if the distributors offer it the tracking number, for example, or also invoice data with serial numbers for your RMA at the end, if this is happening. So here could be some useful information for you. Okay, that is so far everything from the purchasing side. Now I'm coming to the digital sales side. And for me, the digital sales side starts always with a price calculation. So you see here now, first of all, a price rule for any item, any supplier, and any product. So that is your general price rule, which would be selected for every item, but you can also go a bit deeper and say, I have an agreement with Microsoft, for example, and I want to reach my targets on there. You can even go down and say Microsoft from a specific supplier should have another price rule or product group. I choose here now tablet, yeah, as we've worked with the Surface in this presentation. And now I can make a different price calculation with the tablet. You can even bring here some out. It don't have to be always 3 price steps. You can say from €1,000, for example, you want to have another margin. So I make it here now from €0, 20% margin, and from €1,000, make it 10% margin. Yeah, and that is how you can define. You can have several different price rules over here. And then, yeah, I will go to the item page again and create a quote, which is then quite a nice tool in the sales area. Call it Microsoft quote. Yeah, I add this item now here by clicking on the button. Then, yeah, as the surface is only, let's say, a half notebook because it's a notebook without a keyboard, I also want to have the keyboard inside. So let's check. I want to have the, let's say, this one, the flex one. And I can go to the page first and then click again on the quotation. But what I can also do is here down at the left, you find a bit little your shopping carts, but also the quotes and the collections. So you can just easily by drag and drop put this item inside the collection, inside the offer. Then I'm going now to this offer, open it. And then what you would do is you would add a company and a person. At the end, you will have quite nice an address book for companies and for contact persons. Yeah, I call it now test company. Two in 22223 city. Yeah, this will then be saved at the end in the 2 street at a kind of address book. So you can always use this information again. Then I select the person, Mr. Tom Smith. Email address, I give my email address at this moment. Okay, and once you're fine with it, the person will be saved in the address book. And then what you see here at the left side is what the customer will see. You can make some adjustments here for the customer, such as you can make items optional. Let's say the customer told you, obviously, he wants to have the Surface Pro 10, and you know he also will need the keyboard. Then you can make the keyboard as optional, as an example. So I select already the Surface Pro now, then it will be selected in the offer, and I could let this out so the customer can select this cross-selling item. Then on top, I make it now already selected, attach the data sheet. The data sheet, by the way, is the same as I showed you before on the procurement side, but on the sales side, something different and quite nice for you is here on top at the right. There can be your company logo, which then makes the product more associated to your company. So the customer will think, okay, you created this data sheet, so you must well know what this product is about and that it fits the needs of your customer. Okay, what we see here at the right side is the calculation. On top here, you see, first of all, the total margin of this offer, and then you see also the margin as an amount. What you see here is the 10% margin, which we have selected, and the price calculation is inside. Let's say this margin is maybe a bit less to you, then you can change it even and can make it 15%. The price will change automatically. On the left side. Yeah, when you're fine with everything, you can choose a tax rate for your country or even no tax rate, and then create the quote. You can give it a validity. So to make maybe a bit pressure when you want to close the order, let's say during 1 week, I make it here valid until the 3rd of December. And send it then to the customer. So the customer will receive this email. This is now a template done by us. You can also change the template, of course, and edit it. And the customer will receive a browser link. Yeah, this browser link is a follow-up link. So once the customer opens this offer, you will get the email notification, and then you know, okay, you can call your customer. He knows definitely about this offer because he went inside. Yeah, so now here inside, he can go on the data sheet. He can select items, deselect items. If I edit the quantity to have different quantities, he can change here the quantities also. He can write something inside like I selected two surface. Can I get a better price? So you will get an email notification that the customer commented this offer, and then you can easily react to it and adjust your prices. And then once the customer is fine with the price, he can accept the order. Now this is all in German as my IP address is German, by the way. Of course, it's also available in different languages. And once he accepts the order, you can go into your ITscope and click here on to order, and this order will be back in the purchasing side. Yeah, so we are back on the purchase. Okay, then at next, I would like to show you our shop system, so our portals. So based on ITscope technology, it is possible to create customer portals. You can give them quite a flexible appearance. You can select how the domain should look like. You can select the colors, some pictures. Then what you have to do is add the suppliers, which are in ITscope. Yeah, of course, this is always based on the suppliers on ITscope. So you have to select the suppliers which should apply on this shop. Then you can select some order conditions. You can put links for your RMA or for your general conditions. Yeah, all this is available. And then you can make a price calculation, which is basically the same layout or the same functionality as the price calculation I showed you before for the offers. You can choose categories. Here now a few categories are only selected and highlighted because I made this example shop, as you can see here, only for notebooks and notebook accessories. So I wanted to make an online shop for notebooks at the end. Yeah, then you can select customer groups. You can have different customer groups for different price rules. And also what I did here is the free suppliers I have. I choose different names for them and I call them inside my shop only supplier ABC because I don't want to that my customer sees where I order my items. Then, of course, you can invite the customers, you can invite them by yourself, but you can also have the functionality that customers with the same email domain can register by themselves. Let's say Mercedes is your customer and you have selected mercedes.com as the email domain, then everybody with mercedes.com can register inside your shop. Yeah, and once your customer order from the shop system, then of course you will see here also some statistics about how the orders are going. Okay, to show you the shop quickly. So your customer just log in here. And once he's logged in, he finds the shop with the selected items you've chosen. So as I told you, this is a notebook shop. You can go on the item page, get some technical data, find more description about it as it would be also in a normal online shop. There will be even some accessories, in this case only notebook accessories as I've chosen it for cross-selling, and he can choose the sources of supply. In this case, supplier B has stock, he can put it to a shopping cart, and then as in other usual shopping system also, he can finish here this order. And once this order is finished, this order will appear here in your incoming orders, and you can first of all confirm it and also work again inside your purchasing board with this order. Okay, then maybe a little bit about if you have your own shop system. Yeah, we offer exports. So what you can create here is together with our content partners, you can have a CSV file which includes the data from ITscope, the stock data, the price, but also content data and high resolution pictures from, for example, in this case, One Word Sync. So you create a data export here, make a product selection. As we are working already all the time in this demo with Microsoft, I would choose here now Microsoft. Okay, so I've just refreshed the product export. So now I've chosen Microsoft and tablets at the end. What you could also do then is make more selections, such as I only want, of course, to have products with pictures here. And I want to see only products which are new. That all you can select here. And once you have the item selection finished, you can then choose how this profile should be. Usually everybody uses a CSV file. You can choose the content language. Of course, the content language will be the language of the content you have chosen with the provider. And then once you finish, you can download it. And what is also possible is you can download this export via an API. So you can tell your system automatically every morning, I want to have a new export. For this, you will need the export ID. Our API, I'm not that technically deep inside, but our API is a so-called interactive API. So you have different links, and at the end, you copy the export ID inside, and there, then you will receive this export specifically with this API call. What you need also for an API call is your API key. Every user on ITscope has its own API key. And I'm also always not that sure where I find it, but here I have a really big recommendation for you. You could use our help and FAQ functionality. Yeah, so we have quite a big guide where there are a lot of topics explained. I think most steps on ITscope are explained here inside. And you also don't only have to click down the categories to find what you want. You can search here in the engine. And I just enter now, for example, API key. And I find here an explanation about where to find my API key. Yeah, and that is basically all the things from the platform. Yeah, so now coming back, and now we have time for your questions. Okay, let's see. We already have some questions. First was, can't see the screen. I hope at the end you will be able to see the screen again. I share it again, and I think it worked at the end. And then there was another question, why through my account I see some distributors while my friend in Germany through this account can see more distributors? Yeah, good question. The reason is because usually in the normal setting, the setup is I only want to see suppliers which are delivering to me. What you can also do is you can set up, I want to see all suppliers, then you will see all the suppliers. And in this case, then you will see more distributors. Yeah, so this is specifically based on how you made this setup. Then a quite often question, what is the cost of the entry-level version of ITscope? Yeah, how you define entry-level version is the question. In the beginning, we have the Procure Essential version for 49 euros per month. And the Sales Essential version, which includes the quotation tool, for example, so the basic functionalities on the sales side. This is usually 59 euros, but at the moment we have a promotion on that and it's 49 euros. Okay, other questions as the time is now more than 10 minutes over. I would like to answer then later on. I hope this is fine for you. I will contact you back definitely. Yeah, at last, one more thing. Of course, if you would like to get contacted back, first of all, you can of course contact me. Here you see my contact data. And also, if you would like to get contacted, just answer this question here now. Okay, that looks like quite a lot of work for me in the next days. Thank you very much. Okay, then yeah, I would like to thank you again for your time. Thanks for listening. I hope you could learn something today, and I hope we will be in touch soon.